add new expenses. In add expense definition, we will create required additional expense accounts. Means if you want to check and control your each expense category separately, then you can create each expense category account. For example, if you want to check the utility expense separate, if you want to check my stationery expense separate in only stationery accounts, and moreover I can check my traveling expense details in separate account, then for this type of categories I will define separate expense accounts. Here I will define one account so that you can get idea, you can get help how you can add, how you can create your additional expense accounts. In this definition we have two main tabs. First is basic information tab and the second is all expenses tab. All expenses tab is only the searching tab. Here we can search the added accounts and details of those expense accounts. In first tab we will fill the details of the account which we want to create. Here first field is serial number field. Serial number field is automatic field. You don't need to add here anything. Next field is account ID field. Account ID field is automatic field. Software automatically generate a valid account ID for each expense account. Next is status field. In status field we have two radio buttons. First is active and the second is not active. Active button functionality is to show the created additional expense account in our further ongoing expense workings. And not active button functionality is to hide the created additional expense accounts in our ongoing workings. For each definition, for each additional expense account, we will use active button. Later during working, if you don't want to continue any additional expense account, then you can make discontinue that account with the help of not active button, because once you created one additional expense account, you can't delete that account, you can only discontinue that account. Next is name field. In name field we will write the account name which I want to create. Suppose I want to check my all expense details in one account, so I will create my expense account, traveling expense account. After writing the name, I will save this definition with the help of save button and can use the short key F10 as well.